What the hell are you playing at?
If you're quitting, do it alone. Honestly, I've always hated you, acting all superior just because we joined at the same time.
Seniority-based promotions, corrupt politics. I've had enough. Maybe I should just move abroad. Seniority-based promotion can go to hell.
You're the last person who should be saying that, Takahashi. You got promoted to section chief at the youngest stage ever. Normally, you'd still be on the same level as me.
I appreciate the manager Asari push for me, but it's still not enough. I'm Yuma Takahashi, 26 years old. I'm an AI engineer. This guy here's my junior, Kenta Sato. We joined the company at the same time, but since I have a master's degree, I'm 2 years older than him.
Still, it's only because you hold a patent in AI. That's why you're getting special treatment.
The patent reward money is peanuts, and promotions beyond section chief are completely blocked. How can I be satisfied in this environment? That's why I'm telling you because I trust you. I'm thinking of going independent soon.
Independent? You're gonna throw away the stability of a major corporation?
Soaking in lukewarm water and stagnating isn't what I call stability. What do you say? Wanna come with me? Kenta hesitantly mutters, I'll think about it. Don't tell anyone yet, it's still a secret, I add. He's my right-hand man. We've built a solid trust. I was sure he'd keep his mouth shut, but then...
Yuma, are you out of your mind? If you're going to throw away a full-time job, then we're done.
The secret was out instantly. My office romance partner, Misaki Nakamura, found out. I didn't even need to ask how. Sato was standing right behind her. What the hell are you playing at?
If you're quitting, do it alone. Honestly, I've always hated you, acting all superior just because we joined at the same time.
I'm dating Sato now, so goodbye.
Sato sneers at me with a smug grin. I finally get it. My eyes had been clouded. It is what it is. I always knew convincing stability-obsessed Misaki would be an uphill battle. Honestly, this is refreshing. I begin preparing for my resignation in earnest and inform my direct supervisor, Manager Asari.
I failed to get you the position you wanted. That's my responsibility.
I appreciate everything you've done, Manager. You even went out of your way to negotiate for me. Sorry I couldn't meet expectations.
I'm sure you'll be fine wherever you go. But if you ever need anything, my door's always open.
And with that, I officially left the company and started making plans for my independence.
So, the dark side of USAD is finally exposed. But I barely hear about it in Japanese news.
As I prepare to go independent, I reached out to Emily, an American I met during my master's program. Emily is a business prodigy who skipped grades and came to Japan for cultural exchange. Same old media censorship. It's been known for ages that old school media is infiltrated by foreign interests. Seriously, who's this country even for? Even in national politics, we've got naturalized foreigners running for office. I plan to get to the main topic after some casual chat, but I couldn't hold back my frustrations about Japan's society. The ruling party is silent. Nothing will change unless it's completely dismantled. And the opposition? They're nothing but a nest of spies who couldn't care less about national interests. Japan isn't governed for its own citizens. It's real citizens.
It's the same in America. People are divided, but I think the president is just doing politics for himself. At the very least, he's pushing America first. That alone makes him better than Japan's politicians.
Seniority-based promotions, corrupt politics. I've had enough. Maybe I should just move abroad.
Wait, is that why you called me today? If you're thinking of moving, I wouldn't recommend America for you, Yuma. No telling what could happen.
No, that's not it. This is about business. You're graduating from your master's soon, right? Why don't we team up and make something big?
Aha! So you're finally pulling the trigger on that independence talk. Sure, my business degree will come in handy. So, Where are we setting up shop? Japan? America?
Neither. How about Singapore?
Oh, Singapore?
Emily's eyes widened in surprise. It's not as big as America, but it's a major hub in Asia, and its IT industry is thriving. Plus, corporate tax is low, and the government has strong support for startups. Politically, it's stable under single-party dominance, and the security isn't bad either. It's a multilingual country, and while Singlish has its quirks, English is an official language, so we can manage. It's got strong ties to China, but they revised their free trade agreements to protect their own interests. They're not total pushovers. I've had my eye on Singapore for a while. This is a good opportunity. What do you say? You in?
Sound interesting. But what about visas?
I'll use my patents and my accepted paper at AAAI to get an enter pass.
You're serious about this? Okay then. Will you apply for my employment?
Yeah, let's change the world. After that, as planned, I used an immigration lawyer to obtain my enter pass and settled in Saragoon. Today was my first business meeting with Emily after her arrival. Why are we eating at an American diner after coming all the way to Singapore?
Because places like this are rare in Japan. I was craving a taste of home. By the way, why Saragoon? If it's an IT startup, wouldn't Orchard Road or Bugis be the prime locations?
Would you rather pay $4,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment? Here, it's half that.
4,000? That's as bad as America. Maybe worse.
Singapore is a small country. You can get anywhere from anywhere. From Serangoon, I can get downtown in 15 to 20 minutes by MRT.
That makes sense, but a one-bedroom? What about a partner? Didn't you have one?
Oh, I didn't tell you? We broke up. Said I was crazy for leaving a stable job, then hooked up with my junior. As I told her this, Emily's eyes went blank for a second. Then...
Fantastic!
Huh? What is?
Sushi from Japan is great, but America Pizza holds its own. Because, you see, the philosophy of pizza is that even when it fails, it's still delicious. Life is just like pizza. No matter the problems, it's still something to savor.
I had no idea what she meant, but she was probably trying to cheer me up, I guess. So, about business. I'm planning to develop an AI education agent. The information gap keeps widening, and that's because education isn't reaching everyone. A politically neutral AI that gathers and filters factual information is something the world needs.
Great idea! Let's establish it in Singapore first, then expand globally. I'll cover the weak spots in the business model. I'll handle the investors too.
That's my partner for you. I'm counting on you.
Unidentified creature from the AI industry in Japan! Ooh, ma!
Oh, Nessie, Bigfoot, Capybara.
Do we really need this introduction every time?
Getting investors to remember your name is important. Even if you're known in the field, to the general public, you're still a nobody.
Fair point, but still.
Hey, Mr. Bigfoot.
Please call me Yuma. After that correction, I began explaining my business model, of course in English. About a year later, I was leading my team in developing the AI agent.
I've compiled the marketing strategy documents.
I also prepared the presentation materials for venture capitalists. Check them over.
Our company is really coming together, isn't it?
Emily murmurs thoughtfully. I pause my work and look up.
Want some coffee? Take a break or you'll turn into a robot. The AI development is going well, right?
Yeah, thanks to you supporting me, both in work and outside of it. When I first came to Singapore, I never expected our relationship to turn out like this.
Oh, but I had a feeling. You called me your partner, didn't you?
I meant business partner at the time, though.
For the next lease renewal, let's move in together. Even in Serangoon, rent is still high. Sharing would be easier, right?
As we exchanged playful banter, a notification popped up on my desktop. Huh? An email from Asari?
Your old boss? Good news, maybe?
Hard to say. I opened the email.
Since you left, Sato has been stepping up. He's becoming more reliable every day. He's now leading a new project. Also, our company is in talks to merge with a major Taiwanese IT firm. The seniority system you despised is changing. If you ever wish to return, my door is always open.
I muttered humph, then sent the email straight to the trash.
You sure?
I have no attachment to Japan, no interest either. I'll succeed here, get my PR, and never look back. 2 years later, our personalized information education AI platform became a worldwide success. Even in the middle of a busy schedule, I ended up hosting a seminar in Tokyo. One of our major investors was Japanese and they insisted. I couldn't refuse.
Well, why not? It's been 3 years since you've been back. Let's enjoy Japan.
I did a quick check on Japan's current situation before coming. The country was still stagnant, stuck in its lukewarm comfort zone. But compared to 3 years ago, prices had skyrocketed, making life even harder for the people.
You're Mr. Yuma Takahashi and Miss Emily Caroline Wilson, correct? Mr. Takahashi, this is your triumphant return to Japan. Could we get a comment?
A journalist, huh? Humph.
Come on. If you ignore them, they'll just write whatever they want.
I don't care how old media portrays me.
Honestly, Yuma, you're such a pain. Hi! Nice to meet you.
Then, as scheduled, I held a seminar on the current state and future outlook of the AI business. Thanks to the materials Emily had prepared, the presentation went smoothly. It was neutral, perhaps even a little dull, but the audience's reaction was positive. Now we'll move on to the Q&A session. If you have a question, please raise your hand. The audience murmured lightly as hands began to go up here and there. I answered a few questions, offering safe, non-controversial responses, until I noticed something. That's Sato? So, he was too scared to ignore this and decided to show up, huh?
Yuma! That journalist from the airport is here, look!
Following Emily's whisper, I glanced over and saw the woman stretching her hand high. I wasn't entirely sure if she was the same journalist, but I figured this was as good as a chance as any and casually called on her. You, the woman in the middle row, please go ahead with your question.
Thank you. I'm Kato from News Communication. This may not be directly related to the seminar topic, but...
As soon as she said that, I had a feeling this was going to get interesting.
It's been said that the AI service you developed resembles a certain app that was previously released in Japan. What are your thoughts on this?
Thank you for your research. In fact, while researching Japan before my return, I first came across that domestically developed app. It was similar to my AI service, just slightly ahead of mine in release.
Is this okay? If there's a pre-existing product, even if it's a coincidence, it could be bad.
No, it's not a coincidence, but it's also not a problem. That's just a poorly made prototype. The developer? My old company. No need to even confirm it. During this trip, I plan to settle this matter once and for all. That app originated from a project I once worked on. I won't go into details, but the truth will come to light soon enough. The question had perfect timing in an audience filled with the key players. I glanced toward the seats and saw Sato's face drained of color. Emily, get in touch with the journalist later. After answering a few more questions, the seminar concluded successfully. The attendees left in small groups, but one person was pushing against the flow heading toward me, Sato.
It's been a while, Takahashi-senpai. That was an excellent seminar. And your AI agent service, it's taken the world by storm, as expected from you.
More importantly, don't you have something to say to me?
I'm sorry. The project I launched was based on the research I did with you, senpai.
Based on? You mean outright stolen?
Ugh.
Yes, that so-called prototype was Sato's doing. As my right-hand man back in the company, he had the ability to pull it off. You didn't expect me to succeed after going independent, did you? You thought you could get away with it. You underestimated me.
No, that's not it. It's just, I
hate roundabout talk. Get to the point.
Please let this go. If this gets out, I won't be able to stay at the company.
Not my problem. That's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I'm busy. I have no intention of filing a lawsuit myself. Besides, once something proves successful, copycats will sprout out like bamboo after the rain. Still, I can't just ignore a pre-existing service like this.
Thank you.
But if you're just clinging to the company and shutting off your brain, you have no future. As Sato left, Emily returned.
As you asked, I've leaked the info to the journalist.
Now it's just a matter of time, maybe 6 months to verify everything. I wasn't lying to Sato. I wasn't gonna file a lawsuit myself. About 6 months after returning to Singapore, the news broke about Sato's plagiarism. It didn't make huge headlines, but the facts have been exposed. The so-called pre-existing service would soon be gone. Speaking of which, the CEO of that company was now a Taiwanese executive. Just as I had suspected when I first heard about the merger.
I thought all related materials were disposed of when you left, but I never imagined Sato had hidden them. I deeply apologize. We will ensure this never happens again. That is what I would like to say, but it seems our company has no future left. A large-scale layoff is underway. The unprofitable AI department will likely be shut down. That's the official reason, but in reality, the Taiwanese CEO is openly prioritizing investment in their domestic AI industry. Leaving early was the right choice.
I knew this was happening. People in Japan naively believe Taiwan is unconditionally pro-Japanese. The truth is far more pragmatic. No country would sacrifice its own interest for another. In reality, protecting national interests and citizens means making moves like this. The email ended with one last request.
There is one last thing I'd like to discuss with you. Could we meet via video call?
Strictly speaking, I had no obligation to listen. But Asari had supported me when I was promoted beyond the seniority system. One final request, huh? I connected to the video call using the contact details in the email.
Can you hire the AI department members at your company?
The members? What about you?
It's time for me to step back, but they still have a future. Not everyone can act decisively like you. Of course, if you say you can't, I'll make sure to tell them to find another option.
Understood. I can't take everyone, but I'll individually discuss with those who are interested.
Thank you. That helps. I've already made the list, so I'll send it right away.
A faint smile returns to Asari's face, and the video call ends. The list of job seekers that was sent did not include Sato's name. However, Misaki Nakamura, I'd almost forgotten. Seeing the name of an ex-lover on the list, a bitter feeling spreads in my chest. Later, I interviewed the candidates from Asari's list one by one.
I never thought Yuma would be so loyal.
I'm just open to hiring skilled engineers.
Well, I'll let you say that.
While I process a massive number of interviews, Emily chuckles as if she finds something amusing. Ignoring her halfway, I continue making hiring decisions until Nakamura's turn arrives.
Yuma, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight back then.
Nakamura apologizes the moment she speaks. She looks slightly older than I remember.
And I never imagined Kenta would steal your work.
Nakamura, this is your interview. That's not relevant.
No, let me say it. I broke up with Kenta. I had no idea he was that kind of person. I should have believed in you and followed you when you went independent. Can we start over now?
This isn't a job interview for an ex-lover, you know. If it were, she wouldn't even pass the document screening.
I looked into Singapore. It's a great place. I know we can make things work. Please give me a chance. I want to make it up to you, Yuma.
Understood. I'll inform you of the results later. After finishing the interview with Nakamura, I immediately marked her as rejected.
You actually took it seriously. I thought you wouldn't even bother.
If she were capable, I'd consider hiring her. I need more hands to make this company bigger. But Nakamura? Not a chance. A chatbot would be more useful than her. With the closure of the former AI department, both Sato and Nakamura officially lost their jobs. Given the exposé on Sato's plagiarism, he has no place left in the AI industry. He was competent in his own way, but, well, that's his own fault. Nakamura, who had been too comfortable in her bubble, no longer had the skills to compete, forcing her to job hunt at a lower level. I learned all this from Asari, no, from Satomi's update. But honestly, I was more interested in the photo of her smiling, surrounded by her grandchildren.
Yuma, there's a new economic report from Japan.
I know, inflation is rising again and real wages are dropping. From far across the sea, I silently watch my homeland crumble.
At least you got your permanent residency here. You'll go for citizenship eventually, right?
Citizenship. In Singapore, that means nationality. This country doesn't allow dual citizenship, neither does Japan. In other words, at some point, I'll have to make a choice.
I'm glad you moved here instead of America. At least I don't have to worry that your proposal is just for a green card. So, when's the wedding?
I'll leave that to you. Japanese people are humble, after all.
Oh, how cold. I'm glad you chose me, Yuma.
Me too. At this point, I can't imagine my partner being anyone but you.
We're partners in business, in love, and in life.
If you stay passive, soaking in warm water, you won't realize when you've been boiled alive. That's why we must always think ahead and act for ourselves. I was waiting at the crosswalk when I noticed a butterfly fluttering through the crowd. A butterfly at this time of year? That's unusual. And then, a little girl stepped into the road, chasing after it. Watch out! My body moved before I could even scream. I pushed the girl out of the way of the oncoming car. When I came to, I was lying on the road. Ugh! A sharp pain in my right knee. As I realized I'd been hit by the car, my consciousness faded.
Someone, call an ambulance. Please, help him.
A woman's scream reached me faintly.
I'm so sorry. Please, at least let me cover your hospital bills. I don't think this is something you need to apologize for.
Please don't worry so much. Your daughter will be scared if you look like that.
Mommy. Hinako.
The little girl, Hinako-chan, was only slightly injured because I pushed her out of the way. On the other hand, there's a high chance I'll have a permanent disability in my right leg.
But your father told me you're a promising soccer player.
My father had high hopes for my future. He must have been so emotional about this sudden incident that he let it slip to her. It might be difficult even if I tell you not to worry about it. But I'm not that depressed. I protected something more important than soccer. I said that and stroked Hinako-chan's head with a smile. As if drawn to it, she smiled too. Even though I said that in front of them, of course I'm not completely fine. I won't be able to run freely like I used to. But there's no point in being depressed. First, rehabilitation, and then I'll look for something I want to do. Something besides soccer, that's tough. I muttered to myself in the quiet night of the hospital room. I'm Shuta Kido. As a result of saving someone, I'm thinking about my second life at the young age of 17. I stayed in the hospital for a while, and during that time, Hinako-chan's mother, Kanako Satomi, visited me often. My parents, especially my father, were initially hostile towards Kanako-san, but her sincere attitude gradually won them over. In the end, my father came to terms with it, saying that it was a result of his son choosing to save someone. Hinako-chan also visited sometimes, and before we knew it, we became like siblings.
Big brother, how's your rehab going? Does it still hurt?
It's okay, the cast will be off soon. And after about 3 months, I was discharged from the hospital. After returning to school, I struggled with what to do, and finally switched to the art club. Part of it was because I liked drawing when I was little, but I also wanted to sort out my feelings by drawing pictures of soccer.
You're in the way of practice. If you're just watching, get lost.
Sorry, Asakura, I got permission.
You're acting so nonchalant.
Haha, it's painful to be involved, but I'm too attached to completely walk away. But then, nostalgia. My painting of boys playing soccer on the school grounds at dusk won an honorable mention in a competition.
Congratulations, Kido-kun. I also think nostalgia is a good painting filled with emotion.
That was the moment when a simple pastime took on a greater meaning. From there, I became immersed in the world of art. Along with school life, I naturally drifted away from the Satomi family. Or rather, I made it that way. I didn't want them to feel too indebted to me. Since my disability remains, even if I recover through rehabilitation, my existence will become a burden on Hinako-chan's mind. I want Hinako-chan to grow up freely and without constraints. Fortunately, the Satomi family seemed to understand my intentions. And so, we each returned to our daily lives. 10 years later, at the age of 27, I became a designer at a design company. I can't let go of my cane because of my leg, but it doesn't hinder my daily work. If I had to point out a problem, it would be that I'm slow to evacuate during disasters because I can't move quickly.
Don't worry, I'll carry you in a princess carry when we need to escape. Leave it to me.
I even got a well-built junior employee who says things like that. Ah, don't look!
Don't worry, you're as light as a feather.
Stop it, my life points are at 0. So, I'm having a fulfilling work life, more or less. Then one day, it happened. During a meeting with an advertising agency we always work with.
Huh? Kido?
Asakura, is that you? I had a chance encounter with a former member of the soccer club I was in during the first half of high school. I heard they were sending a new representative. Keiji Asakura. Our relationship was too prickly to be called rivals, but we ran on the same field.
So, the strongest MF has become just a subcontractor. You've fallen, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. Asakura. No, Mr. Asakura. Can we please not talk about the past? It's not that it's painful for me to remember, but there's no point in bringing it up now. But Asakura wouldn't listen.
The past? It might be for you, but I'm still playing social soccer. I even joined this company because they have their own soccer club.
Asakura wants to say that he's still chasing his dreams, while you, on the other hand. We never got along, but I never imagined he'd be the client's representative. It'll be troublesome if our work doesn't go smoothly. Of course, we didn't get along, and he probably felt the same way. He'd probably ask for a change of representative. If so, then so be it. I thought that, but... Contrary to my expectations, Asakura didn't ask for a change. Even after that, Asakura would sneer and look down on me every time we had a meeting. I would also receive emails with what seemed like unnecessary amounts of revision requests. But even if it wasn't smooth, the work was barely manageable. If he's intentionally pushing it to the limit, it's a kind of talent. Thinking that, I kept creating design proposals for the project. One day, as I was going about my days like this...
Good news, listen up. That up-and-coming model, Kokyu, has been chosen as the image girl for the next project.
Oh, Kokyu? I know her. It's amazing you were able to secure her schedule. She's popular among young people, and is in high demand for magazines and TV shows.
Our company has a strong connection with the modeling agency she belongs to. It was decided that we could use her in a meeting between the higher-ups.
Asakura snorted smugly. Well, so far so good.
She's shining, unlike you.
Here it comes. I don't think there's any point in comparing a model to an ordinary person. I agree.
Why aren't you arguing back? Where did your fighting spirit from the soccer club days go?
I still think I haven't lost in spirit.
Haha, you can say anything you want.
Do you want me to argue back? When I asked that, Asakura made an indescribable bitter expression before.
No way. I was just testing to see if you could act like a proper subcontractor.
He said that with a sneer.
That Kokyu is gonna use your design. Be grateful.
So, what kind of design are we going with?
The client's president likes butterflies. As the name suggests, he wants a combination of butterfly imagery and Kokyu.
Finally, we can talk about work. Thinking that, I finalized the design details, and the meeting ended.
Right, I'll be going to the client's workplace to grade Kokyu, so be prepared.
What are you looking up? Oh, I'm gonna be working with Kokyu soon, so I thought I'd check out some information beforehand. What? Seeing the information that appeared, I froze for a moment. The day of the meeting with Kokyu arrived. Asakura and I went to the photography studio together. It seemed to be a last-minute decision, and she couldn't clear her schedule.
My name is Taniguchi, Kokyu's manager. Could you wait here for a while?
Yes, thank you.
We decided to wait for the shoot to finish in a corner of the studio. There's really an intense energy here. Kokyu has a certain aura about her. After unintentionally voicing my thoughts, I regretted it.
We should have been on that side.
As expected, Asakura's snide remarks began.
So what? You're satisfied with being just a company employee? Pathetic.
Please lower your voice a bit.
Huh? Don't just brush me off.
That's not it. It's just that I think it's better to be mindful of the place.
That's why your designs lack passion.
Look, it's disturbing the staff.
Has the subcontractor mentality seeped into your very bones?
Honestly, the manager's stare was painful, but I decided it was better to keep quiet. Sure enough, when I kept quiet, Asakura calmed down after a while. Then Kokyu, whose shoot had finished, came over accompanied by her manager. She really was a dazzling girl. Asakura and I stared, entranced for a moment, and then hurriedly stood up.
Nice to meet you.
I heard you, but aren't you being rude to Mr. Kido?
Wait a minute, Kokyu?
If we're going to work together, I think a minimum level of courtesy is necessary.
Taken aback by the childlike straightforward opinion, Asakura groaned and fell silent. Huh? I don't think I've introduced myself yet, as I was thinking that.
Mr. Kido? No, Shuta-san. It's been a while.
No way. The faintly familiar features, and the information I learned about Kokyu's agency during my research. At that moment, the pieces clicked into place in my mind. Hinako-chan? Wow, you've changed so much.
I recognized you right away because of that cane.
Hinako-chan's expression clouded slightly, but this is part of my identity now. When I said that and spun it around, her expression softened a bit. By the way, Hinako-chan, you became a model?
Yes, I'm working for my mother's company.
What I learned during my research was that Kokyu's agency was Satomi Agency, and the president of Satomi Agency was listed as Kanako Satomi. I thought it might be a coincidence, but I never imagined it was actually her.
I worked hard, thinking that if I became successful, I could meet Shuta-san again.
If you became successful? So that's how Kanako-san explained it.
I finally understood that you distanced yourself for my sake. But I was still lonely, you know. I never thought I'd meet you again like this, by chance.
Me neither. I never imagined that the famous Kokyu was actually Hinako-chan.
Ahem. Sorry to interrupt your lively conversation. Kokyu, it's almost time to leave for your next job.
Huh? Already? I finally got to see Shuta-san.
We can reminisce later.
I'm sorry. It seems like it's time. I'll see you at the official meeting then.
Yeah, good luck with your work. I'm rooting for you. And then, the day of the meeting with Kokyu arrived. Asakura and I were discussing what we could finalize beforehand. But as usual, it devolved into Asakura's snide remarks.
So you know, Kokyu. Don't get any ideas, though. You're not on that side. You're not in the spotlight.
I know that.
Why are you so calm? Are you trying to say it's a world that has nothing to do with you? We.
Asakura's teeth grinding echoed. It's you who's saying it's a world that has nothing to do with me, Mr. Asakura. It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
What did you say?
I had to give up halfway because of my disability, but I feel like it was for the best. Even if I worked hard and was called a promising player, not even 1/10 of us can make it to the J-League. Asakura, who still plays in a social team, knows this better than anyone.
You loser!
Just as Asakura slammed the desk, the door to the reception room opened, and 2 women entered. One was Hinako-chan, and the other wasn't her manager.
I see. And just as Hinako told me, it seems like some discipline is needed here.
Asakura and I hurriedly stood up. I had met this woman many times before. Huh? Kanako-san?
It's been a while, Shutaku. I never thought we'd meet again by chance through work. Maybe it's fate.
Kanako-san smiled at me, and then turned a sharp gaze towards Asakura.
I'm Kanako Satomi, president of Satomi Agency.
I'm...
I know, Keiji Asakura. I had your work attitude and evaluation checked, but strangely, they're not bad. Why are you only so harsh towards Shutaku... Mr. Kido? Tell me.
That's...
You don't have to answer, but in that case, I'll have Kokuyo's contract with your company terminated. It will be a unilateral termination, so it will be messy, but it's par for the course in this industry.
Such a thing?
Please wait, Kanako-san. If you do that, it will damage Hinako-chan's career.
That might be true. Well, there is a way we won't be harmed, but that's not important right now.
That's right. I can't just stand by and watch Shuta-san be ridiculed.
Or you could step down. I wouldn't mind that either. You know the connection between your company and ours, right? I can have the representative replaced. We can't do good work with a representative who ridicules their partner.
Ugh.
Kanako-san, I don't think Asakura is making fun of me. I think...
What do you mean?
Asakura was my rival in the soccer club in high school.
Huh? Is that so? But it didn't sound like you had a casual relationship where you could freely exchange banter.
My soccer club days had quite an impact on Kanako-san. That's right, it was closer to a hostile relationship. Honestly, I was tired of his snide remarks every time we worked together. But it was strange. If he just hated me, there were ways to avoid me. Asakura is the client. If he wanted to, he could have removed me as the representative, but he didn't.
Isn't it because he enjoys making fun of you?
Maybe, but Asakura didn't seem to be enjoying it. He always seemed to be squeezing out his snide remarks like he was trying to get something off his chest. And he never once mocked my leg. If he wanted to ridicule me, that would be the easiest way.
Mr. Asakura, Mr. Kido is saying this. Do you have anything to say?
Damn it! I hate that knowing attitude of yours. You were always like that, weren't you? You were shining brighter than me, yet you withdrew so easily. And on top of that, you're living contentedly. While I'm still struggling.
Asakura's expression twists in anguish. So you were suffering?
Huh? No, that's not it. I love playing soccer. I continued playing because I wanted to.
At that moment, a single tear traced a path down Asakura's cheek.
Why am I crying? Damn it, don't look at me! Don't pity me!
Asakura, wait!
Don't come near me!
Asakura suddenly stood up and rushed out of the reception room.
Clinging to past glory and obsessing over soccer wouldn't fulfill his old dreams or bring him satisfaction. He couldn't accept that reality.
Later, after Kokyu's project was finished, Kanako-san invited me to a fancy restaurant.
I'm sorry about the other day. I couldn't just stand by and watch you being ridiculed.
No, you helped me. Thanks to you, it's become easier to work, and it was a good opportunity for Asakura to face himself.
How has Mr. Asakura been since then?
I heard from his successor that he kept being absent without leave and ended up being fired. Of course, he also withdrew from the company's soccer club.
He was fired?
Did I go a little too far?
No, I think it was the push he needed to get his life moving again, so it's okay. Well, whether he can find a new path is up to him. It won't be easy.
You seem to understand him even though you didn't get along.
Now that you mention it, that's true. I guess it's because we were rivals after all. Asakura, who kept chasing the dream of soccer and suffered. If I hadn't become disabled, that could have been me. Life is full of ups and downs. In a long life, there are fun and happy times, and there are also hard and sad times. But what is happiness and what is unhappiness is not so easy to discern.
You've become such a fine man, Shutaka.
Thank you. Hinako-chan has also become a wonderful young lady.
I actually intended for you to meet again after she became an adult.
I was promised that I could meet you again when I became a proper adult, so I worked hard.
It took a lot of convincing, you know. Even when I told her that you distanced yourself for her sake, she wouldn't listen at all.
I still haven't completely accepted it, you know, but I've recently started to understand your feelings. I used to worry that you suddenly started hating me.
I'm sorry. I should have explained things to you back then when I distanced myself.
But it's fate that we met again through work. Shuta-san, do you have a girlfriend now?
No, unfortunately, work is my lover.
Then, I'll reserve you. I'll become a wonderful adult, and then you can be my boyfriend. A 10-year age gap is normal these days.
Overwhelmed by Hinako-chan's assertiveness, I looked at Kaneko-san for help, but she was calmly drinking her wine.
Well, if you're okay with it, Shutaka, I won't object. Hinako has worked hard too.
Really? I was flustered, but I was smiling. That's because it was undoubtedly a happy time.